Well, hello, welcome to Virginia State's Randolph Farm today. We're here talking about tools. You know, a gardener loves their tools, and a good tool can really help make a great gardener. And this time of the year, as you're thinking about gifts maybe for people during the holidays, I think tools can be a really nice present. Today we're here with Charles House. Charles is with waycooltools.com. Is that right?
That's right.
And I got your catalog here, really nice selection of things in here. And so you all do mostly specialty type tools, interesting tools. And I see a couple here, pretty interesting things, kind of a pick type tool, right?
That's right. This is a mini pick. It's got some weight to it, and that weight works to your advantage. It's a great tool for chopping, for breaking through roots, for breaking up heavy soil and planting. It's got a good pick that's just a really great all-round tool, even for dealing with rock gardens and things like that.
Yeah.
And this is its baby sister, the featherweight mini pick. It's really a lightweight tool.
Wow.
A lot of ladies like this. Yeah. It's a great tool for container gardening, for planting, for putting in your container plants. It's an all-round great tool, and can be used for a lot of the same things that the mini pick is used for chopping and cutting and digging in that regard.
I like these. What are some other stocking stuffers you might have?
Well, stocking stuffers, one stocking stuffer is the famed Lesche digging tool. It's got a greater amount of leverage because of the offset design. And it's got serrated teeth for cutting through roots. It's a great tool for digging out dandelion roots, for using as a planting tool. This is a really great tool. It's been featured in the Wall Street Journal. It's used in many gardens around the country. A lot of professional gardeners use this tool.
I love this. It's got its own case with it, so you can just put it on your belt and carry it around the garden. That's a good one there.
It's a great tool. I use it all the time.
All right. What else you got as far as, how about pruners for people?
Well, we've got a ratcheting pruner. This is a real great ratcheting pruner. Whatever fits between the jaws, this will cut. And it breaks it up into little incremental, I've got a little branch here. It breaks it up into small incremental pieces. So you squeeze it and hold it, and then when you let go, it'll make a click. And then you just squeeze it again, and it'll cut the rest of the way through. So where you would normally need to kind of wrench your way through a cut, and a lot of people get carpal tunnel syndrome, and this is the kind of tool that alleviates the stress of pruning.
Well, I bet I can just tell by that ratcheting action, it could really take even a bigger piece there and go through it pretty easily.
It can.
I love that. These are some really good hand type tools for people in the garden, but I think you've got some bigger ones, don't you, that we can look at?
Yes, we do.
Charles, you know, we're always out here using cultivating hose to get weeds out and things like that, to knock things down. And they're kind of wood handled, puny kind of hose sometimes. This thing you've got here is pretty hefty, pretty neat looking. What is this?
Well, this is a version of the Italian grape hoe, and it's got the same type of contour as the Italian grape hoe does, with that little curve in the handle, but it goes a little further up on this. The handle it's much higher. It keeps you standing up rather than leaning over as with the older versions. There's also a gusseted head on it that doesn't wobble like a lot of the old style hose had, where the head slides down on the handle. So it really puts a lot of your force into it. You can sharpen these things up to a razor sharp edge, and it just really makes quick work of you know, clearing an area, removing sod. Can I chop this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's real easy just to kind of knock large plants down. You can knock tree saplings down with it. A lot of people use these to clear like a woodland path. It's all around great tool. You can use it for digging with. You can actually dig holes with it. You know, rough in bed edges.
Yeah,
it's grading.
Like this is a tough hoe. It's all metal, almost all one piece, so it's going to be real strong and durable.
Yep.
I like that a lot. I'm also liking what you've got up here in front. Now, a lot of people don't know what that is, and over the last few years, I've kind of realized myself what they are. But tell me, what is this thing?
This is a broad fork. It's a European influence, and basically what you've got, they call it a U-bar digger. It's another word for it, and it's got two handles, as you can see, and basically the way to use it is you put a little weight on it and rock it, It sinks down into the soil, you pull back and cultivate your bed in that way. Once you get going, everything in front of it is loosened and it becomes easier to do. And even in heavy compacted soil, you can go about a foot a minute, even in really, really hard clay. You can also use it to chop with, to loosen the soil. And what we've discovered is with the use of a broad fork, as compared to rotary tilling, like with a tiller, is the soil stays friable and uncompacted for a longer time.
Might not get as much compaction at the top and things like that using a broad fork.
That's right. When you loosen the soil, that whole area inside where the fork is loosened stays loose for considerably longer.
And I see you've got a few different models here, so they come in different widths, different numbers of tines.
That's right. We've got a 5-tine, a 6-tine, and a 7-tine fork. You can go anywhere from about 18 inches to 30 inches in your bed widths.
I like it. I like it. So a durable tool, one that can do some really good tillage work there.
It's great.
Now, one of the things that gardeners deal with so much are weeds. Now, I know you've got a different way to deal with weeds. Why don't we go find out what that is right now?
Okay.
All right. Well, Charles, weeding is difficult. People hate it. They hate to do it. And so what's an alternative way to get rid of weeds in the garden?
Well, flame weeding is been used for the last over a century, and it's very effective.
Why would somebody flame weed maybe instead of using a hoe? Or what's the biggest advantage, I guess?
Well, one of the biggest advantages is when you're using the hoe, you're digging up more seeds, and more seeds are going to germinate. It's just the way life is. This doesn't disturb the soil. It'll kill the weeds, and any seeds that are on the surface, it'll destroy those as well.
Well, I see here we've got a propane cylinder with a backpack and a wand. That's a kind of a larger model than most people would need. And I think you sell some larger ones too.
That's right.
Even bigger than that.
That's right. We even have agricultural size equipment, but this is good for larger areas. This is good for spot weeding.
I like that one.
And it runs off of a 1-pound propane cylinder. They're real lightweight, easy to use, and it's very safe. You're not burning. You're just heating the leaf surface to the point where it can no longer grow, and your job is done. You haven't dug up any new weed seeds.
Well, Charles, you know, today you've really showed us some great tools, a lot of good things for people to think about, some cool things that they maybe haven't seen or will try in the future. Well, for more information about tools, you can contact your local county extension office, and you can talk to your master gardener there and find out what some of their favorite tools are. Well, for From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.